intelligence agency. That really predicate, that was really the reason for this question.
Well, that was certainly the reason for the defense secretary to come out quite so emotionally against the press and the leak of that defense intelligence report. But what right, General Kane, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, described a few things that we did not have the details of. To hear him describe how 44 young soldiers between the age of 21 and 28 with 2 Patriot missile batteries defended the largest U.S. military base in the Middle East, in Qatar at Abu Dhabi. They had 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes to make a decision, and they shot down all 14 ballistic missiles and protected that base. When he described how one of those soldiers was simply 21 years old and had only been in the military for 2 years, it really does make your heart stop in terms of the amount of weaponry that was fired by Iran. Even though they had an indication it was coming, it still was down to those soldiers. The other thing that was described, which we described on Saturday night, and we had very good information about what the target set was at Bordeaux. There were 2 air shafts that they had been watching since they were, the first one appeared on satellite imagery in 2008. And the first, in the days before the U.S. strikes, they could see from the air that Iran had tried to cover those air shafts with concrete. So they needed that first bunker buster bomb to break through that concrete, blow it off, if you will, and then the number 2, 3, 4, and 5 bunker busters went down each of those shafts. That's where one of the entrances to Fordo that they bombed, it was down the shafts, and they had time so that they could go deeper and deeper and make sure that they blew up underground and destroyed the center of the units that are very delicate, and so the blast underground became whatever those centrifuges off. He described how the follow-on fighters, the ones who escorted the F-22s, that escorted those B-2s, how those pilots described it was perfectly dark, and then it was completely almost like.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Good morning, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Morning, Brenda. Glad to see you here, Brenda. How's everything going with you? You said it was raining down there? I think that's what Justin indicated too. I would imagine TJ is at work. Justin's probably just getting around because he was being bugged yesterday to go play Fortnite. So maybe he stayed up late, played Fortnite. I don't know. Yeah, doing good. You know, getting older by the day. Yeah, it got cloudy here, and I heard some thundering out to the west here. So I don't know what is going to happen. In fact, I can do that. Let me go check the weather.
was a blast layer, the impulse extending. And this looks like 6 times over.
So he says everything worked as planned. All of these weapons performed as they were expected to on an operation that really is 15 years in the making. Because General can explain there that somebody, two individuals actually been involved in this community watching Fordham specifically as a site suspected of nuclear enrichment this entire time and looking what kind of weapon would be needed to destroy this. It was explained to us that to all that were there, that attacking them outside Cuthbert nuclear site fire the kind of weaponry that blast open the cap that they have. That is what happened. The rest went down into the ground, 1,000 feet per second. I believe the general said, exploding in that mission space where really the hub of Iran's nuclear capabilities. Number 6, then was their cover just in case one of those jets or weapons did not work. General King saying today it's really not his job to assess the aftermath. He knows everything worked at the jet.
The Joint Force does not do BDA. By design, we don't grade our own. The intelligence community does. But
There's quite a bit of storming going on up north of me. But as you can see here in Port Huron, it's not storming right now. Well, a little bit of rain around me. I'm located right here. Yeah, right there. That's where I am, right there. But it doesn't look like maybe I'll get some more rain later today. I don't know. Depends on whether that develops or not. But it seems to all be going in that direction.
Seen on site one day, next, that kind of increases this idea that Iran might have been doing their enriched uranium days prior to this attack. Secretary Heck said when asked about that, said that they're still looking at understanding where all this were.
That ship is going into Sarnia Harbor. Captain Joe, I hope he's doing okay. I haven't heard from him this morning yet, but I'm sure that he's up and about and around. I don't think they're going to do the grafting today, but who knows? I don't know. I know he's itching to get out of there. I don't blame him. I got a ship first thing this morning, and of course, as usual, the damn marinetraffic.com, I guess. I don't want to damn it because it gives you an indication, but it used to be much closer to where the ships were. So I decided to go down and catch a ship downbound. And by the time I got down there, it was already up underneath the Blue Water Bridge. So I had to shoot down further, pull off at the last parking complex before Pine Grove Park, and then go fly the ship. And I think it turned out all right, but it just isn't the normal. Hey, Joe. We're waiting for you, buddy. Take your time. Maybe he's eating breakfast. I don't know. So I don't know where everybody else is, but Dominic and David and everybody else are probably doing something. Yeah, as you can see, that ship is going into, there's a harbor here. And I think it's going to load grain because there's a couple of big grain complex in there. It's in the harbor.
And five people, program, as I said, Senator, military man, thank you for your service. What do you think about it?
You know, in some ways, every time I hear something like that, it makes me swallow because that's the American I know. That's the and yet it doesn't surprise me because I saw in this young here that they look themselves in one way.
Hey, Ron.
But now that you've been in the Senate for a while, you've had any different views, or what do you think Congress needs or should do now to make sure that this is secure? Maybe secure that Vermont should never be allowed to have a nuclear weapon. Well,
There's that ship right there. Let me switch. Let me see if I can't switch out to satellite map. Okay. That ship is going, as you can see, this is back when there was ice in here, but that ship is going in here, and those are all loading different things. Yeah, Dominic's probably asleep. It's early there. No, it's late there, late at night. I'll get it together, Brenda. Hey, Warren, how you doing? There's going to be a tanker come down through here, I think, shortly.
Paul, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. Can't see
Oh.
you, but we can hear you.
See if I can turn camera on.
Now you're muted.
Uh,
Now you're back. Mute, but no camera.
no camera. There we go. Start video.
There you go. All right. Where you headed to work, or you coming back home?
I'm heading home from a very long evening. Oh my God. Vacation cannot come soon enough.
When do you go on vacation?
Monday I leave.
Ah, and you're going up to Alaska,
Canada.
Canada. Okay.
Yeah, northern Saskatchewan, Canada. Do a little fishing. Actually, a lot of fishing.
You like that outdoor life. I'm at the age and stage of life, Ron. I hope it doesn't happen to you. I could care less about being out anywhere other than flying my ships, you know.
Yeah. Take
Because
that.
the back and the knees and everything hurt all the time, and just to walk, I'm doing that old man walk, you know, and it's like,
Yeah. No, I love it.
how long are you going to be up there?
A week.
A week. Okay.
Yeah.
Now is that the lodge that you have a friend that has it, or?
Right. Correct. Yep. And last night I was sitting there trying to figure out my route of travel and everything. I got to make sure I'm going through Scobie, Montana. That's one of the Canadian ports, and I'll go through there. But I got to get there before 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So, oh my God, all the arrangements I had to do to get this all to happen. Got 6 people involved at work that traded shifts and will work for me and coming in early and trading locations. And oh my God, I just sent out an email to all of them this morning, gave them a big thank you. And it was a last minute thing. Yeah, last night reminded me as to why I need to go on vacation. This is the 3rd fatality in 2 weeks I've been on. We have and you probably heard it from owner Dennis Paul, but they say play stupid games and win stupid prizes. When you do meth, when you carry an illegal firearm, and when you run from the cops at 120 mile an hour, you win stupid prizes. And yeah, he flipped his truck, was ejected. Problem we worried about is we found a child car seat that was outside the vehicle and there was stuff laying everywhere.
Wow.
And so we spent better part of 2 hours scanning.
Looking for any body, right?
Yep. And had to get the even though he was ejected, we had to get the fire department to rip the vehicle halfway apart so I could get inside and check and make sure that there wasn't somebody in there.
Jammed underneath the seat or something. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, he was pretty banged up.
Well, I don't know if you've heard it or not, but Captain Joe is in the hospital.
Yeah, he just texted me or sent me a messenger this morning, told me he fell and hurt his leg, and
Yep. And he's got a short on TV on YouTube that shows his wound.
yeah, that looked pretty nasty.
Yeah, it did, didn't it? And so he scheduled the next couple of days, or maybe by the weekend, to have a graft done of
Yeah,
they're gonna take some skin off of his hip and put it on his ass or on his leg.
yeah. I wonder why it like got that way so quickly. Something just doesn't seem to add up. But yeah, it looks pretty snotty.
He said, you know, Democratic.
So
Well, there's a lot of speculation. Is some people are speculating that he's taken some pills for losing weight that
right,
that he could be having a reaction from that.
yeah.
Hey, Mark White, how you doing?
Hi, Paul. Hi, Ron.
Hey, Mark, how are you?
Fine, thanks. You?
Ron's on his way home after a devastating evening on work on
Yeah, I
the
heard that.
ambulance, and Monday he's up to northern Canada to go fishing.
Oh, nice.
18-hour drive to get up there.
What kind of fish do you
Oof.
catch up there?
Northern pike, walleye, and lake trout.
Okay.
It's called Reindeer Lake. Pretty far north in Saskatchewan. What province is Paul Hodges in?
Ontario.
Ontario. He's close to you then.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's about an hour and a half, 2 hours east of me. A little bit southwest of Toronto.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think Ed might be closer to where you're going. He's in Winnipeg.
Yeah, he's in Manitoba,
Yep.
the next province over. Yep. Turns out last year when I was in Canada, I went right through his town, but I didn't know him at the time. So,
Well, Canada is like the U.S. The further west you go, the states get bigger, and the provinces too. You know.
oh really?
Yeah, because like the eastern provinces are smaller. Ontario is just about the same size, maybe just a smidge bigger than Michigan. But you get out to California, you get out to Utah. You've been all those places.
Oh yeah.
They're huge. Now, have you been doing any riding?
Motorcycle riding, no. I haven't even had a chance to have the bike out yet. I'm happy. I'm on the edge of selling it.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're coming into July, and that's not like you, you know.
I know. We haven't had the best weather. I mean, some days, a lot of days, it's been nice, but so much rain and hailstorms, and then every time you turn around, we've had good 3 or 4 people killed on motorcycles locally in the past month.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was on one about a week and a half ago.
Well, I don't know how it is up there, but down here, I think people are much more dangerous acting, especially on motorcycles and electric bikes and all those kinds of things. They're just, it's like, all right, it's not going to happen to me. Nothing, just go like hell and don't give a damn, you know.
Yeah. Well, these two bikers were in it, but they were just riding, and the guy fell asleep in the truck and crossed the yellow line and hit
Oh,
head on.
whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
Not nice.
No. Two mangled up bodies. So,
I've only ever had one person pull out in front of me when I was on the bike. And fortunately, I managed to go sort of to the side and just clip the door, but didn't actually. I'd almost stopped by the time I hit them. So I didn't do any damage to anything.
mm,
Just shook her up a lot.
I bet.
'Cause
What'd she say? She
she
didn't
didn't
see
even
you or
know.
what?
She didn't even know I was there until I hit.
Ah. Jonathan, okay, Jonathan, we'll see you in a little bit.
how's the puppy, Paul?
He's a wild child.
A wild child.
That's my boon. I think because it's I get a chance to go down and shoot ships, and I wouldn't trust him to leave him in the car.
Really?
So I leave him home, and like last night I went down and did 2 ships in a row.
Incoming
And-
message from Mark Allen.
And he slept in the living room all night and just gave me the big, I'll show you, you know.
Right. Yep.
But it's warm enough but cool enough so I can leave the back door open just a little bit, Ron, and so he can go in and go out, go in and go out.
Okay.
But he is a wild child. Oh man.
It's nice and sunny at the moment, but it's windy.
Yeah.
We had rain this morning.
Well, it's supposedly
Yeah, I got
they're getting rain down in Florida.
Who was that coming in?
That's gonna be Captain Joe, I believe. Here, Ron, can you see the screen? There's my boon right there. Joe from the hospital. All right.
Wake up, Paul. I was in the back room for 2 minutes.
Well, I know I was trying to pull that picture up for Ron. Ron, did you see the picture of Boone?
Ron's just dropped out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
His signal was a bit bad a minute ago. when he was
How are you
talking.
doing, Joe?
Doing good. They woke me up at 3 o'clock to do blood work, and I'm sleeping. And she came in and she turned on the light, didn't even wake me up, right? So I was sleeping. She grabs my hand and I took a poke at her.
Oh boy.
She backed up. She goes, oh, I'm sorry. And then she goes, I was getting ready to wake you up. I was getting ready to grab your hand and wake you up like that, right? And I said, okay, military hand-to-hand combat, don't do that. Then they came in and did my antibiotics. And it takes 8 minutes with the IV. And it's beeping now. It's 3:08, about 18 about. And the nurse comes in and said, okay, let's do it. Let's figure out how I'm going to do it. But I need to do a bowel movement. I rotated, sat on the side of the bed, got the walker, was able to use the walker with 1 foot, get in there and do it and come back.
Oh, that's good.
So I'm able to do that, you know?
Yeah.
So that's good. And I saw it last night. I saw the infectious disease doctor for the first time. He came in and talked to me and went through a bunch of stuff. And he asked me, he said, "You retired? What do you do?" He said, I said, "No, I'm not. I'm retired, but I work harder now." And I told him all the stuff I do with photography. And I said, my big issue is, I said, I need to be able to get on my feet, and I got to be on my feet the 21st, 22nd of July, like that. And he says, that's almost 4 weeks. I said, yeah. He says, well, listen to this, what you call it? The plastic surgeon, because she's going to do a graft. She's going to do a graft the next day or two. And she's real good. Listen to her. And she usually, after the graft, they'll have you on your feet in 2 weeks. So if I'm on my feet in 2 weeks, I'll be good.
Yeah.
I tell you what, Mandeville gonna owe me something.
And they going to keep you in for those 2 weeks then?
It's a possibility.
Yeah.
It's a possibility that I'll be here 2 weeks, and my daughter's just gonna have to go back and forth.
Yeah.
My dogs won't see me for almost a month. That'll freak them out.
Have they been doing your blood counts and checking your infection markers?
Yeah, they're checking everything, and the infection is going down a little. Looks like, but there's a curious note here. Remember yesterday I told you when they moved me, I had chest pain.
Yeah.
Okay, so the chest pain went away to normal, and they did a troponin level, and the key number you look at on troponin is 78. That's the key number. Anything above it means it's either a heart attack or some kind of stress on the heart.
Yeah.
And it came back 18.5. So that they said, oh, that's good. We're not worried about it.
Like, yeah.
She coming in last night at 9:30, and she goes, you having chest pains? I said, no, why? She goes, troponin's at 100.
Wow, that went up.
I said, it's what? I went and looked at it. It was at 100. I said, I'm not having chest pains. She goes, well, the cardiologist said, double check it quick. Get it, make sure you're all right. I said, no, I'm not having any pain or anything. They took another test a couple hours later. It was 97.
Wow.
So now I guess I'll be seeing Dr. Arena today, and we're trying to figure out why my heart went up like that.
Well, that could be just.
It could be stress.
Could be more blood going to the wound to heal it.
Yeah, it could just be stressing it,
Yeah.
So I have no pain. But that'd be funny. Now I have a heart attack on top of all this shit. Because technically at 100, I'm having a heart attack.
Yeah.
So that's the freaky part about it.
It could just be some a side effect from the anesthetic.
Yeah, good. But they had enough that they come in here. And then they got so many electro pads on, right?
Yeah.
And they're all over me. And they had me hooked up to EKG and all that stuff. And I know they didn't need EKG anymore. So I'm up there paying attention to television, reaching in, finding pads that don't have anything on it. I'm taking them off. So they can put them back if they need them, right? And I'm taking them off and everything. And I pull one and I look up and I got the wires in my hand. So I unwired it. So hold on a minute. I'm going to mute y'all a minute.
So, Mark, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right now. The angioplasty seems to have done the trick and
So it did wonders for you, huh?
started the blood flow down to my foot. Yeah, because the wound on my toe has gone from, I think it was 12 millimeters by 3 millimeters by 25 millimeters deep, to now being only 4 millimeters by 1 millimeter by 7 millimeters deep. So it's healing nicely now. Battery level one on this at the moment. 30. We'll put this on charge.
Yep, they come and got my trade at that 5-star breakfast I had this morning.
What was it?
Had one sausage link, a little cup of eggs and potatoes, like hash browns up in it. And
Yeah.
it's supposed to be, it's supposed to be like a Spanish one, right? When you got the bell peppers and the tomatoes. They had one piece of bell pepper and one piece of potato. I mean, tomato.
How did it taste? Did it taste all right?
When you put enough salt and pepper on it, it does. But I also
it was a fixer upper breakfast.
But I also have a milk, an orange juice, a banana, a coffee over here, and a bowl of Raisin Bran cereal.
Ah.
So
Well,
later on, I'll eat a Raisin Bran cereal.
TJ'd love to have the cereal.
Yeah, so they put a little bit of everything on it. I didn't get asked yesterday what I wanted. They just did it, you know.
So you didn't get to put it in. Okay.
Yeah, so all day today, I don't know what I'm getting.
Oh, they do that once a day. They don't do it per meal.
No, they come in after about noontime and ask you what you want for the next day, and they type it in the computer.
Okay.
And I guess I wasn't back here yet. I got here about 12:30. That don't make sense because it was always after they picked up my lunch stuff, so they just missed me.
Yeah.
Maybe they thought I wasn't going to be here.
Yeah.
But I've also been told by the nurse, if somehow they miss you and you don't have it, just tell them what you want. They'll give you what they got, and you go get it. They'll go get it. It's not bad. The food's not bad. Oh, I can't take the Manjaro. Hello. Hold on.
The environmental every freighter, every piece of equipment going in.
Giggles. Are you at work, TJ?
And Matthew is Buckley's retired Navy. So good to have you here with us. In particular, ask you about the specific targets. As PTAC said that Dan Kane talked about this morning, there were these ventilation shafts, and the pilots had to get way over there to drop them on the exact right time and destroy them. What do you think of the operation? the nation is asking questions like, what? There was the intel leak that, today that the Pentagon was doing, saying, this is what we know. We have, what might come out in the coming days, this is what we have.
Ron's coming back again.
Alright.
Yeah, you're back.
No, I'm back. Sorry, I had to take a phone call.
Oh, not a problem. We all got to do what you got to do, you know?
Oh yeah. So it was really foggy this morning. Oh, but looks like that storm system is over your way now, Paul. The one that came through us yesterday.
Yeah, it's headed my way.
Yeah, it was snotty. A lot of hail, heavy wind and rain. Other than that, everybody else doing good.
Yeah, for the most
Everybody-
part.
Is everybody walking on two legs, breathing fresh air?
Yeah. Well, I hope so.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really excited about this trip. I'm actually going back up there at the end of August, but the owner of the place, like I said, he's going to be my new boss for outfitting. But he mentioned to me a couple weeks ago, he's like, Ron, you get any time off? You know, if you want to come up sooner, come on up. Spend a couple days. So I made sure it was okay with him, and I got all the trades at work. And so I'm going up now, then going back up August 22nd. So going to try and replenish my fish in my freezer. I had a little devastation this week. My damn freezer in my garage took a dump and I didn't know it. I lost all hundreds of pounds of meat.
Well, you
Halibut,
did
salmon.
that happened last year too, didn't it?
Yeah, the
Power
circuit
went
breaker
out.
trip.
Yeah.
Power went out, circuit breaker. Well, now the damn freezer itself just died. I'm like, oh, you gotta be freaking kidding me. And yeah.
Hey, do they make an alarm you can put on that freezer when it loses, or?
Well, funny thing you mentioned that. One of my coworkers told me, he said, Ron, here, buy this Bluetooth sensor, and when the temperature changes, it alerts your phone. Did Ron do that? No. So, yeah, lesson learned. So now I got to go buy a new freezer too.
Well, don't you think it's typical of the average person to say, yeah, that's a possibility, but that's not going to happen to me, you know?
Yeah. Yep. Mr. Procrastinator. Yep. I have nobody to blame but myself. So, yeah, I'm just going to take it easy today. I'm back to work tomorrow. And then Monday.
When do you leave to go up north?
Monday morning.
Monday morning, okay.
Yeah.
And it's about a one day drive or more?
2 days.
2 days.
It's between 16 and 18 hours drive. Yeah. So, problem is, I talked to Trey the other day, and he said the fires are calming down, but some of those towns up there, they're all run by natives up there, and they were like not letting tourists drive through some of the towns because of the fires. And so I don't know if they're allowed to do that or not, but but I guess the fires have tamed down a little bit. Yeah, Canada's halfway burnt down up there.
Yeah,
So-
because a lot of that smoke had been coming out its way our way.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. Yeah, from being up there in Saskatchewan, yeah, with the winds out of the west, yeah, you're probably getting a lot of that.
Yeah, that's why our days are, even when it's sunny, it's a little bit hazy. It's not that crystal clear blue sky, you know? Like right now, it's sunny out, but it's hazy out over the lake.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really foggy this morning. I'm sure the temperature in Dew Point, with all that rain we had last night. Yeah, we had a big hailstorm here yesterday. My partner and I were watching the radar, and we pulled our vehicles inside the station. And I just bought this thing. I only have it 3 weeks now. I don't need
Yeah.
a bunch of hail damage. I don't need a bunch of hail damage on it.
Well, that's terrible.
Yeah. That's really weird. That thing with Joe said he just had a fall,
Yep.
and something don't seem right. Something weird. For his leg to
Well,
get so infected like that.
he tripped over a curb, so I think he dragged his leg bumped on the curb, and
Yeah. But still, like, for the skin to get so infected like that.
yeah, you saw the picture, right?
Yeah. It's really strange. So I hope he does okay. Oh my. Yeah, today's gonna be an easy day. I'm just gonna pull some leaves and get the weed killer out. Do a little weeding today. Oh, Paul, did I tell you? My friends at work, one girl, gosh, she's absolutely gorgeous. Oh, cutest little thing. Yeah, she got married last year, and I videoed her wedding. And her and her husband have been wanting to pay me, and I keep dodging it. I don't want money from them. Well, they tricked me the other day and said, "Hey, Ron, stop by the house and make sure you're driving your truck." And I'm like, "What did you do?" Well, I've talked about this for a long time, but they went out and bought me a smoker. Oh my God, Paul, I don't know how I got through life all this time without a smoker. I don't know if you've ever used one, but
No, I haven't.
You will take your barbecue grill and pitch it out the door. Just
Wow.
amazing. I mean, it takes longer to cook, but if you're not in a hurry, like the other day, I put a steak on there, and I put it on at 3 o'clock, and I didn't pull it off till 5. Holy smokes! Wow,
Wow.
it was probably the best tasting steak I ever had in my life. Just amazing. Yeah. So I did burgers. You can put just about anything on there. And then you have your choice of, it's a pellet, it's an electric pellet smoker. And you have your choice of what flavor of pellets you want to use. Right now, I'm trying out hickory, and that's pretty darn good. But the meats come out so tender. It's not like overcooked or whatever. It's a trial and error thing, you know.
Well, yeah. Once you get the secret in your mind, this is how I do this, and this is how I do that, and this kind of food. If I'm going to use the smoker, I need to do this and this. You know.
Right. Yeah. I spent a little time on YouTube trying to learn, you know, but so far I'm doing okay. I'm gonna try some brats today and see how they do.
There you go.
But
I would imagine you could even smoke fish and stuff in there too,
Incoming
right?
message from BCH and Gun.
say that again, Paul.
I would think you can even smoke fish in there too, can you?
Oh yeah, yeah. That was the plan the other night. I had my friends over for dinner, and I had to call them and say, you can still come over for dinner, but the menu has changed. I no longer have any fish. So, yeah, I was sick the other night when I opened up that freezer. Damn it. So,
Well, I don't think that's his nurse. I think that might be a wound care person. That's on Joe's picture right now. So how much further you got to go there, Ron?
oh, just 10, 15 minutes. I'm going to stop at the local convenience store. There's some people in there I see a lot. I sit down and have coffee with them, and then I'll head home. But home's only like another 20 minutes. So, but, oh my. Yeah, they even have little small ones, Paul, you ought to look into. I'm telling you, what a huge difference. Oh my gosh.
Well, just
Like
between
grill?
you and
Wow.
I don't cook anymore. I just pull something out of the freezer and warm it up.
Yeah. And you don't really even have to watch it. You don't have to go out and like flip it. Like that steak the other night, I just left it sit out there, you know.
Just let it go.
And, yeah. And yeah, it turned out perfect.
Well,
Very
good.
evenly cooked on both sides.
I think that's great.
Oh my. You know, have you ever talked to Hodges? I haven't talked to him in a while.
I haven't talked to him in at least a year.
Really?
Yep. He used to come over and see a daughter that was on the west side of Michigan, and he'd drive through here, but that hasn't happened in quite a while. I don't know if he's still going over there, or if she's even over there, or I recall she was a nurse or something,
Oh, okay.
or she was going to school over there. I don't know.
Oh, all right.
That's the other thing too, Ron. When you get older, you start losing the memory.
Yeah. Yeah, how they say the memory is the second thing to go, and you don't remember what the first thing was.
Right.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really liking this new car, Paul. It's Subaru. My good friend at work, she's a full-blooded lesbian, and she don't hide it. She said, Ron, you realize Subarus are the #1 car for lesbians? I'm like, she goes, welcome to the club. And I said, well, I guess I'll fit right in because I like women just as much as you. So,
Atta boy.
so
How long you had that car?
just like 3 weeks. So gets
So
about
you traded in the truck?
the Chevy Cruze.
Oh, the Cruze. Okay.
Yeah, it was starting to die on me.
So you still have the truck then?
Oil leaked. Oh yeah, yeah. I hardly drive it at all. It's a garage queen.
Yeah.
It sits in the garage. But I'll start using it this fall. Yeah, it's all-wheel drive. Has about 28 miles per gallon, which is not bad. It's 2 miles per gallon short of what I was used to in the Cruze, but still gets great gas mileage. The car is in phenomenal shape for 2017. So I'm very pleased with it.
Okay, I'm back.
Joe's back, Ron.
Yeah, I had plastic surgeon in here, one of them. We were discussing the plan of attack. So, Ron?
What was the result?
Well, he came in at the right time because they were handing me my medication and they put me back on aspirin, right? And he said, yeah, we took you off the aspirin. I said, well, they put me back on aspirin. He goes, let me give it Dr. Arena because he said no. Like that, so I took him out of the thing. I got him over there. He said, because we need to get that off because they're gonna put a vac on it today to get some more infection out. And he said it's gonna be a couple of days and they're gonna probably go ahead and do the graft, right? But he said, I'm glad I came in when I did. He said, because that would have might have set you back another day.
No, I'm
So-
confused as to why and how that got infected so fast.
Well,
Just from a bruise, right?
well, I'm gonna tell you, Ron, you know a little bit, like I do, a little bit. And I know I did it because when I fell, I hit it and it bruised. It was already sticking out. I take Plavix and that helps, you know. So when so any kind of time I hit a bruise, it swells like that fast. And it's always bigger than usual. And I think I whipped around and I think I hit the bumper on the car with it. So it was like a whip around because I was doing a roll. So they put ice on it immediately, and we got the ice on it immediately. And what happened was I went out and sat in a chair, took the pictures of the championship games, and I had the ice on it for maybe about 30 minutes because the ice was melting. It was more liquid than anything. So when it started to come off my leg, I just let it go. And it actually went down about half the size because of the ice. So then afterwards, I was walking towards my car, and it hurt me so bad. By the time I got to the car, I started getting queasy, and I was having a heat incident.
Saturday.
Because it was 106 heat index, and they had to come run out there, ice me down. I was tacking at 170. So they had 911 come out, the whole works. And they finally said, yeah, you should go to the hospital, but it's up to you. Because I was fine then. So I went home, drove home, got upstairs, everything, iced it again, about 20 minutes, took it off, and it was looking good. So I said, okay, it's just going to be something I'm going to have to ice about every 20 minutes for a while. So I walked in the kitchen and I got the jar of pickles and drank a glass of pickle juice.
Yeah.
When I drank that glass of pickle juice, since I didn't have enough fluid in my system, I'm thinking that way it holds fluid because of salt. I looked down a couple minutes later, my leg felt tight and it was all blistered up and swollen like that.
Really?
So I think the pickle juice, is what triggered it.
Did you tell the doctor that?
Yeah, I did.
What did his thoughts were on it?
He said, well, yeah, it could have been. Yeah. I said, it's the only thing I did, you know, because of salt, I probably didn't have enough fluid in my system. And when I got in there, all that salt just in that one area just stopped. So that's what got me in here. And then they overnight they wrapped it and came in Monday morning and unwrapped it. And it had all the blisters had drained and they had broke, but they hadn't come apart. And then they looked at it and they said, that looks pretty good. And it had a little smell to it. And wound care told Dr. Worley, yeah, you need to drain it. And he said he didn't want to drain it at the time because he didn't want all the skin to die. So they waited 2 days. And then when he came in yesterday, when he unwrapped it, he looked at it and he said, now, if you were my hot girlfriend, the way you smell, I'd break up with you. We're going to DR. Right? So now, over those 2 days, all the rest of that skin died. That's what happened.
Wow.
I'll be honest with you, I probably got a payday here if I wanted to, you know?
Not really. Yes.
Because I really think they messed up.
No.
But I'm not in that kind of mood to do things. I just want them to. They told me I'll be off my feet for a long time. And I told them I got right about a month. I got team pictures. I got to be on my feet. And he just told me just now, he said, we should have you up walking on it in 2 weeks. He said, just listen to us.
It almost sounds like that. I'm sure you've heard of that necrotizing fasciitis. You know, that's like a bacterial infection.
Yeah.
Like almost like a flesh eating disease.
Yeah, you're right. That's almost what it was.
Yeah.
That's why he cut it. You know, he got all that stuff out. I'm waiting to hear from him today. You know what he did. But this is where it gets tricky. This is where it gets tricky. When they bring me back from the ER yesterday and they slide me in the bed, I start getting chest pains. Right?
Yeah.
That's all I'm having, chest pains, right? And I'm saying I'm feeling it in my neck, my arms, back of my arms, both arms. So they freaking out now. So they come running in here and they put me on a monitor. The EKG looks good, nothing wrong with it, and everything. And it goes away in about 5 minutes, right? And I said, okay. And Dr. Arena used to be my doctor. He's here. He sees my name come up. He comes running down here because he knows me. And he said, what's going on with you? And I told him what it was doing. And I explained to him the situation with the 3 arteries that were the bypass that did the bypass on that are open good, but I've got one branching off that keeps stealing oxygen, and that's what gives me the pain. And they said, we're going to do a troponin level. We came back 18.2. So we're good, you know? So we're good. Last night at 9 o'clock, she comes walking in the room. She goes, your chest hurting? I said, no, why? She goes, your troponin level is 100.
Yeah, well, troponin rises and drops very slowly.
Yeah. But it went from 18 to 100.
Yeah.
You know, in 4 hours, right?
Yeah.
And the last one that came out was 97. So it's dropping. But troponin level tells you something's going on with the heart, you know?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so might as well have the heart attack on top of all of this, you know? So I'm doing it all now, you know, get it all over with, you know?
One-stop shopping. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm telling you. But it's funny. And then the worst part about it, I got a 3D printer I bought a couple days ago. I figured I'd be home for. It's going to be delivered. And then I'm not going to be able to do anything on my foot for 2 weeks at least. So it's just going to be in a box until I get back, until I can do it, you know?
Right.
I bought the bamboo with the AMS 4 colors. They had them on sale from $900 to $699. At $979 to $699.
Wow.
Yeah, and I said, you know what? I got to get it now. And then I was telling one of the nurses here about it, and she said, I told her, yeah, I got another one. I'll just go ahead and sell the M5. And she said, I got a nurse. She'll be here one of these days. I'll grab her. She may want to buy it from me because she's into it and she's looking for another one. So I may be able. I said, yeah, it's worth about right now with the parts and everything about $400 to work perfect. I said I'd take $350 for it and be happy. So she probably buy it from me. So hey, I might get $350 back right away. You know.
There you go.
But hey, I'm doing what I got to do.
I said, take advantage of the cute little nurses.
Oh yeah, boy. I'll send. Hey, Ron, I'll send you the picture in a little while of the one that came in the other day. She walked in, looked at me. She goes, "Mr. Joe," and I looked up at her. I knew who she was. I took pictures of her at the dance team, and now she's a nurse, right? And she was in here most of the day talking to me, just sitting here talking to me. Every time she didn't have something to do, she was with me.
He said she was hot.
Oh, Lord help. I was thinking, need a sponge bath. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, dude, it didn't work for me, but I tried it. You know, that little student nurse came in. And I said to her, I said, "You gonna kind of give me like a bed bath?" And she said, "Yeah." And I said, "Well, you might as well get naked too, because it's gonna get all wet and sloppy. So you might as well get naked too." And then she ran out. The charge nurse who knew me come in and yelled at me and reminded me, said, "Keep in mind, I know your wife is here and she's downstairs, so behave yourself."
Yeah, that's fine. I told that to the doctor just now. The guy is the plastic surgeon. I said, "Yeah." He saw the thing and he wanted to know what it was, and I showed him everybody where you were, and I said, "You're a paramedic up what is it, Montana, right?"
Wyoming.
Well, I think I said Wyoming. I don't remember now. And and we got to talk. I said, yeah. I said, he told me when the nurse comes in, he'll give me a sponge bath to say, tell her to take her clothes off because it's going to get hot and wet. And he fell out. He said, that might not work.
Yeah, it might not.
There's
It might
Lance.
work with the right
Lance is
one.
calling from Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Hawaii. He's in Hawaii for 2 weeks, is it?
I think it's only 1 week. Might be 2 weeks.
Hey guys,
Hey, Lance, how's it going?
good. How are you?
How's the
Well, I
weather
think
over
2
there
weeks
in
in Hawaii.
Hawaii?
Good, good. Yeah,
Yeah, Lance, you're gonna
Nice
be there
and
1
cool.
week or 2 weeks.
I'm here until the 3rd, so just shy of 2 weeks.
Okay.
Well, Ron's taking a big trip starting Monday. He's going up into northern Canada fishing.
Nice.
So,
Guys,
Lance,
I am at my. Say again, Paul.
Lance, what time of day is it there?
It is 7, 6,
About 5 in
5,
the morning.
4 in the morning.
4 in the morning.
4:04.
Well, guys, I'm at my coffee stop, so I will.
Hey,
Get
any
things all later.
any cute waitresses in there, Ron?
We'll find out.
So Ron, I'm gonna send you that picture because I
Right.
told her that I took a picture before, so I said I gotta take your picture again to compare them. She stood there and smiled for me, right? Don't share, please.
Yeah.
Don't let these guys see it because I know what they're gonna say.
Oh,
And let me say, well, I remember.
That's Lance's picture, right?
oh, okay.
Yeah.
What island are you on, Lance?
I'm on Kauai.
Ah, did you go over to the Nepali coast?
We haven't yet.
Oh,
We
that's
usually
a
take
must do.
we usually take a boat up that way, like a catamaran.
Yeah. I flew in a helicopter over the Nepali coast. That's where they filmed like Jurassic Park and Gilligan's Island. They filmed there. A couple other movies, but yeah. Well, anyhow, guys, I better get running.
Okay, Ron. Hey, enjoy.
Yep, Joe, get better, and Lance,
Thank
have
you.
a good time.
I sent it to you, Ron. She was on
All
the
right,
date
buddy.
Mandeville High.
He sent you a picture to see, Ron.
Yeah, don't
All
show
righty.
guys. I don't want them to see it.
Okay.
Okay. All right, guys. We'll see y'all later.
Yeah. Bye for now.
Bye bye.
Later on.
So, Lance, are you having a good time?
So far, we're going to go up to Honolulu. I don't know if we're going to do Honolulu Bay today or tomorrow. The thing is, Kapa'a is like the big town on the island, and
Yeah,
it's
Kapa'a.
the traffic is very sluggish. Is a good word for it, and it takes it's probably 20 miles, and it probably takes an hour and a half to get there. So
Yeah, Honolulu Bay is nice though.
from where here to Honolulu Bay. Yeah, Honolulu Bay I'm looking forward to. I'm going to take both the Avada and the Bree.
Joe,
Yeah.
how long were you in Hawaii, Joe?
I lived there for 3 years. I was in a Marine Corps station there 3 years. And then I was over there about a year before, 3 years before I got stationed there. I was sent, Ron said, Major Hottie. So it is. She is. But 3 years before I was stationed there, I was sent there on a color guard team with a general. So I was over there for about a week then. So I'll say 3 years and a week.
So you know pretty much all about Hawaii then.
I know a lot about Hawaii.
And I lived here when I was 4 for about a year. So I don't remember too much of it.
Gotta clean this camera. I think there's something on my camera. Well, that looked better, huh?
Yeah,
Look at
that's
that.
better.
It's probably my finger been on that camera. Now I get to look all scruffy. Look,
Huh.
I think it's sponge bath time. Yeah, I never use this camera on this thing for anything. Like I said, I use it for 2 things. I got 2 games I play on it when I'm going to bed at night. That's it. Or if I'm in the back and I want to see what's going on with something on the TV, I could do my stream direct TV on it. The only thing I got to worry about today, I need State Farm to call me settle this thing, so I get the money in the bank. Because I got a bill on the 28th, I got to pay. That I got to get the money in the bank. And if it don't, my daughter's gonna have to go in my safe and get the money out my safe, and I don't want to give her that combination. I might have enough to pay it anyway in the accounts. Where's everybody at? Come on, get on.
Yeah.
What TJ doing? He working today, you know?
TJ, I think's at work.
Well, I know Justin's just sleeping. Mudball's just lurking.
Well,
Same thing with Dre. I know he's still lurking. He's just waiting for something political to come
I
on.
think Justin had his collar was pulled by Laura yesterday.
Might be. I have sensation in my feet now, but I can move my toes.
Really?
Yeah. That means eventually I'm gonna start feeling his womb. What they're gonna do a vac on it, a womb vac on it. What they
Yeah.
do is they put sponges on top to cover it all up, and put some stuff on it like antibiotic stuff. Hey, yeah, they got it. Thank you. Yeah, what they do is they put it on and then they put the vacuum on it, and what it does is it pulls the infection out,
Uh-huh.
and they put Tegaderm on it. They wrap it up so that it sticks on it and it seals it, right? So that the wound will get sealed today, and then they come and vacuum it out every once in a while, and they're gonna do that until that'll be the norm until they do the skin graft. And he told me the skin graft heals real fast on your hip. He said there's not a lot of skin they have to take off. You know. He said the biggest thing, he said once we do it, it's still you can't put the pressure on it. You got to let it do it. You know. He said that's the whole thing. He said, and it's big. He says 20 centimeters that they're gonna have to do, about 20 centimeters. And Mark will know that. How big is that? Let's see. Hey Siri, what is 20 centimeters?
20 centimeters is 0.66 feet.
Oh, no. Oh, I thought it said 66 feet. 0.66 feet. So about what's that? No, that's 6. It's about a little over half inch. That ain't right.
Well, you're talking about 0.0
Yeah.
inches.
Oh, let me do this. Hey Siri, how many inches in 20 centimeters? There you go. 7.87. So I got about 8 inches of skin they got to take off and cover it.
Star Trek Voyager on Pluto.
So it's about 8 inches of skin they got to graft. Shit, I got something 8 inches. I hope they don't grab nothing off of. Pretty big wound, huh, Paul?
Yes, it is.
How'd you like that short? Did you see it?
Yep.
Yeah. They restricted it to 18 and plus.
Why?
They said because it was gory.
Ah.
But you see, if I'd have put it on, I made it look a little more cartoonish, so it wouldn't look as bad. I thought it was a pretty good show. I thought it was funny. I'm trying to see if that one goes viral. Maybe somebody will like it, you know? I like when I said USA Drum Fire and they did a sigh. I was actually trying to think of what I was going to say. I forgot. I should have said, don't ever ask a hot girl to bite you until you find out if she's a zombie or not. That would have been better. It's crazy.
Hey Z, how you doing?
Hey, Z, what's up?
David says you don't look good on a 58-inch TV,
Who,
Joe.
me?
Yeah.
I don't look good on a 30-inch TV, so no big deal. But in person, I got all of this, boy. Watch out. I forgot to tell Ron last night I was taking off all those extra electrodes I didn't feel like having on me.
Uh-huh.
I reached down and I grabbed one and pulled it up and looked up. I got the wire in my hand. I set the alarms off in the ER down there. They come running. I said, "Oops." I looked over because when you take them off and try to put them back, they don't stick. I looked over and they had the little container over here with them in it, so I just changed it out. And they come in and they said, "Something, your monitor's not working." I said, "I don't know why." I did that. My first heart attack, I was in ICU for about 3 days. That's how bad it was. And they had me hooked up with the monitor like that. And they had about 2 hot nurses. So every once in a while, I reach over and unplug it and put it back. And they come running in. So I had the nurses coming in checking on me when I wanted them, you know. I just reach over there and unplug it, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plug it back in. And it would set off an alarm down there and they come, "Are you all right? Your monitor's not working right." "Yeah, I'm fine." Yeah. They didn't have any cameras to watch me, so that was good. Actually, about the third or fourth, I think it was the fourth time I did it, they came in and they said, "We're going to change out this thing. Maybe something's wrong with it." And they changed out the machine and went back. So I waited a little while and did it again. But the hotter the girls on the shift, the more times I did it. My 2 boys were sitting in, actually my ex-wife too. 2 boys, ex-wife, and my daughter was here. And I said, "You want me to show you how you get a hot nurse in the place?" I unplugged it. I went. And then I put it back and they come walking in. Let me check that thing if it's all right. And that's when I got caught because my son had to sort of laugh and said, my dad pulled that thing loose to see if he'd come in. And I got scolded. Oh.
Well, not much going on here today.
Now, how many in the chat?
What's that?
How many in the chat?
It says there's 17 people watching, but
Oh, there's 17 watching. Yeah, I'm showing, let me see. I'm showing 18 watching.
yep, 18 now. Yep.
I'm showing 18. You got AZ, Birdman, Jonathan, family. Giggles, he's somewhere around. He ain't at work. He ain't at work. Hanging with JD. Giggles talking too many people be at work. Let's see. Go back. I know you got Brendan here. You got Donald all the time lurking in the back. Frank's in here. Jody's somewhere. Let's see. Brenda. That's what we got so far. They got people there.
I don't think anybody else is on this morning.
Oh, there's nobody on. Nobody's on in the morning, Paul. Nobody. The only time somebody might come on might be Tim on his fortnight. Or my Laura might come on, but she don't come on here.
Yeah.
She don't get on YouTube anymore. She's too good for us.
Gonna grab a cup of coffee, guys. Hold on. I'll be right back.
Okay, Lance.
Yeah, speaking of which, find a way to put this thing somewhere. Y'all might be looking at my ceiling because I'm gonna try to drink this coffee too. Got the cup of coffee from this morning.
You need a stand to put that on.
Who came in? Who was that?
I don't know. It said Frank.
Why you let him in?
Well, because I thought it was Rizzo.
He'll come in. It would have said Frank Rizzo. I didn't see what it did. What'd it do?
It was a black guy beating off.
Biggest. Gotta quit letting people in you don't know, Paul.
Wish there was a way to go back and report him.
There is, but they don't do nothing about it. Paul let Frank in. He didn't know who it was. Frank never comes in. You know the people are here all the time.
Millimeter prime I used on this one, Joe.
Well, I like that.
you know what I really like is I like the kids in the back.
Yep.
Focus. So I'm going to Poipu in at 6 o'clock. So what is it? What time is it now? 4:30. And Poipu is just right down the street. It's probably, in fact, I could walk, but I'm going to drive because I'm going to have my drones with me. But every morning, and I say every loosely, it's probably 9 out of 10 times I go in the morning, there are turtles, probably, 4 or 5 turtles that beach themselves right on the beach. And there are probably a dozen people with coffee cups and cameras and, cell phones and taking pictures of the turtles right there. And I'll take my drone off up above and probably about 100 feet up so I don't bother anybody and see what I get and see if they're there this morning. So I'll do that. And then Tunnels Beach or tunnels, I'm going to fly through tunnels. Let me unshare this and go find a picture of tunnels. This is my favorite road.
And for some reason, I didn't get to see it because it didn't show up on mine.
What, tunnels?
The guy the guy Paul let in that was doing his thing.
Yeah, I didn't see it either, but I was getting coffee.
Right, I'm dropping off now, lad. I've got to go to an appointment. I'll see you later.
I didn't know you were here, Mark. Good morning.
Hi, Lance. Yeah, I was just in the background listening to it because my phone was on charge.
Okay, so here's to me the prettiest drive, and it's only about 500 yards. Prettiest drive, and this doesn't do it justice. But I'm going to go fly through this morning as well. And there's a
Yeah, you gonna do that with the Neo?
Yeah, with the Neo, with the Avata. See what I get. Joe, it says I need to calibrate my gimbal on my Avata. So I do that, and about 60%, it just hangs. It doesn't go any further than 60%. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like, okay, just.
All I can say is either keep trying it, or if you got a computer you could hook it to, try to do the gimbal stuff on the DJ, whatever it's called, assistant. Only other option, it could be if something's going on with the gimbal. That's why I won't. I got to contact DJI this morning because in my replacement of Avata 2, it got the label printed on the 20th, and it said UPS doesn't have it yet. It's coming from Canada. So we're talking 6 days. They have had a label printed, but I don't have a drone on it yet. Want to know what's going on. But they took my $200.
Jay wants in. Don't let him in.
Who is
DJ.
DJ.
not TJ? I can't kill him.
Yeah, that's TJ.
Somebody got to kill him.
Paul.
if somebody's copying names down.
Yep. And you know what? I couldn't stop it. I don't know why.
It's because you're too busy watching it.
No,
Yeah.
usually I can pull up, click on it, and it says stop video, and I couldn't do it. That's pretty bunch of sick fucks out there, isn't there?
So what happened to Mark?
He had an appointment. He had to leave.
Yeah. You get too flashy background. What you doing, Paul? Paul, what you occupied doing?
I'm trying to figure out how I can mute. Like I muted Lance because the audio is terrible.
My audio is bad.
Really bad. It's got a buzzing sound, and it's just all distorted.
Scratching.
Yep.
He's out there in that blowhole.
How about now?
Same.
Nope. Still the same. I don't know whether to let David or not. Maybe he's going to do something.
I don't know.
Is my sound bad?
Yes. Scratchy, Lance. Like a lot of interference, a lot of electronic interference in the background.
Okay, I'm gonna leave and come back in. Are you gonna let me in?
Okay. Yep. Well, yeah. Okay.
So the guy that's doing this is Thuggington
Thuggington
HQ.
HQ. Yep.
Yeah. He need to come over here when I get well and I can show him how much of a fucking thug he is. I'll beat him to death. Report. Who's that?
Lance.
It's me. It's Lance. Am I
That's
okay?
better. Should I let David in?
If it's David, tell him to tell us in the chat he's coming in.
Yeah, David, message us and let us know you're coming in.
Hey, Jason. Yeah, David knows the routine. He can let us know he's coming in. And then make sure it's him doing it. That's this other one. Because for some reason, I'm looking up here. It says it was timed out by Gitchy, right?
Yep.
Gitchy time out some people? I didn't see her in the chat.
Yep.
And when I click on it, it comes up to Thuggington. It doesn't come out to him. Yeah.
David just put in the chat, not me. I'm not entering.
Yep. There you go.
You guys see my surfing video?
Yeah, I saw parts of it.
Here comes Justin. Did we believe it?
Yeah, ask Justin. Justin, is that you? Make sure we know. Come in the chat and tell us. Because this guy is trying all kind of ways. Yeah. Hey, get you. Yeah, see, Justin's not saying anything. So, Justin, if you're trying to get in, let us know in the chat. I'm about to get on my feet and go after this guy. That's probably not Justin. Hey, Jason, sir. Yeah, they're using screen names. Yep, okay. Okay. That should be Justin. Paul. Paul.
What?
Justin said check the green room.
So that's Justin?
It says it is.
Okay, here we go.
We'll find out. It's you, Justin. Justin. Unless this guy's getting above his game. Say something, Justin. Let's just wait a second. I think it is. Don't hear you, Justin.
It
The
is
hyperlapse.
Justin. No, it's just buffered.
Oh.
It's a video. They were having a wedding. You can see the tent. They were having a wedding right in front of the restaurant yesterday.
Zoom too. There we go. Fucking stupid Zoom. I hate Zoom.
Yeah, the guy's copying names again, trying to get in.
Who's trying to get in?
It came on Frank earlier. Now, Frank doesn't ever come on, right? Frank, it says Frank. Paul let him in as the guy doing his butt plug.
Oh, God.
And then it came back. Did it say TJ?
TJ, yep.
It said TJ. It said TJ Giggles. Let him in, and it did it again.
There I am right there. This gal hired me. She's got a towel on her head. Her kid's out there. Kids, but one kid sprained his shoulder and wasn't surfing.
I'm disappointed, Lance.
Why is that?
I didn't see no wahinis and bikinis.
Oh, well, you'll have to wait for the next flight.
Yep, Jason says it looks like it's buffering.
Yeah, it was. Hey, Justin, they said they're gonna do a sponge bath later, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna tell the nurse when she comes in, I'm gonna say, look, take your clothes off too, because this might get hot and wet.
No, for fuck's sake. And kick you out of the hospital for sexual harassment.
So let me tell you what happened last night. Sitting in here, by 9 o'clock, nurse comes in. She goes, "Does your chest hurt?" I said, "No, what?" She goes, "Your troponin level's at 100. That means I'm having a heart attack." So I'm at a level that I should be having a heart attack. I don't feel anything. It took it about 3 hours later. It was the same thing. It was 98. I was 97. So something made it spike, right? And then they came in and then right after that, the infectious doctor finally showed up. And he was telling me, he gave me some real good news. He said that if they graft it in the next couple of days, within 2 weeks, I should be on my feet. So I should be able to walk and everything in 2 weeks.
Well, what should we do? It says Birdman.
Ask him in the chat. Put it in the chat if he's coming in. A minute ago, he said he wasn't.
It said it's him. I don't know. I
It is him?
can't see anybody because I'm not a co-host. So.
We'll find out when it comes in.
Okay.
He just said it was him in the chat. He's got it in his blue ring.
Okay, here we go.
And the what you call it this morning said the same thing.
Yeah, it's me,
it's
Paul. Right.
We'll find out when it
It's
comes in.
definitely me. Right, just give me a minute.
Definitely you.
YouTube. Right. From now on, Paul, people come in, they've got a message in the chat. If they ain't got a blue wrench, back them off. Right? Because anyone can make a fake name up.
Actually, you just need to start sending the link out and messing or
Also,
emails.
Paul, Lance has
Like you
just done a
used
good
to.
thing. Yeah. When Justin was coming in, when we didn't know it was Justin, Lance started sharing a video, which meant everything went small at the top of the screen. Yeah. Start doing that from now on. Make a little picture that says someone is joining. Right? So it just zooms everyone up to the top. And if it is an idiot, you can remove them before you remove that picture.
Well, when Joe gets out of the hospital, he's going to put the hit on the guy.
I don't need to get out there.
The easiest way to combat this is stop putting the link in the chat and send it by email. If somebody wants to come in, they can request a link from somebody that's already on the panel.
Exactly. We all know each other. You know what I think it is? I think it's one of them hot mamas that Joel's upset. The husband of.
Mhm.
Oh, I see Ron was on earlier.
Yeah. Yeah. That hot mama that put the ice pack on you.
Not
Yeah,
yet.
her husband's pissed. Right, now I've been taken away from my sewing.
Mm.
Anybody want some birdseed? I've got 3 kilograms of birdseed going spare. So I can't use it.
Why can't you use it?
Well, I ordered it online and it's supposed to come from Johnson and Jeff, but it came from Amazon and it was tipped straight into a bin bag and then wrapped. Well, the residue off in a bin bag is dangerous to birds.
So why the hell would we want this bird seed?
Huh? Maybe you got a magpie that's swooping you or something. I don't know.
Watch this guy right here. I get him in the tube. It's pretty cool. Right there. Oh, no, it's not him. It's coming up.
But they didn't look like no two.
It looks like you've got a great stance anyway.
No, it's not this guy either. It's this guy right here. This guy.
Did you just wake up, Justin, or do you have a cold?
No, I was sick yesterday.
This is Team You, Mike.
Oh yes, I just woke up.
Oh, come on, Yodel. I want my fans. The driver is 29 stops away. The driver better hurry up.
29 stops away.
21 stops now.
Was that for Amazon?
No, Yodel.
Let's say Amazon over here only shows 10 stops away.
Yeah, Amazon's 9 stops over here. To be honest, I don't like the Amazon tracking because it gives you a map and it shows you exactly where they are. It should just say they are 9 stops away, they are 4 stops away, they are 1 stop away. Then no one can follow them. We just don't need a map.
Yeah, I was surprised too that they did that where they actually show where the driver's at.
Even Yodel are doing it. Now, that Yodel driver, he's carrying electronics because he's got my 2 fans on there, so he'd be doing high-end products, you know, computer stuff like that. And I can track him for like another 21 stops. As soon as I see him going down that narrow country lane, yaha! New MacBook.
I think it'd be all right to show you where the driver's at if they were like 1 stop away or 2 stops away.
Yeah.
Because usually that means they're pretty damn close to your house anyway. So
Yeah, 1 stop away. Yeah, maybe. Or yeah, like you said, 2, but still.
no.
If you was planning an ambush a driver, you would do an order for one address, an order for another address. You're going to know exactly where he's going. which route he's going to go with that map.
Okay, I'm gonna have to tell these nurses to get me a bigger urinal.
Well, they give you one of those little things.
One of those ones you hold in your hand, you know?
Yeah.
It's curved. Because man, every time I go there, I'm so big, it goes all the way to the bottom.
Filling it up.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So I'm peeing and it's peeing all over me. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Not only cold, but it's deep. Is that what you're saying?
No, it's warm, but it's deep.
Yeah. It wasn't even cold, it was just warm down there. What are you talking about? Because I was spraying it right off the back on me. Hey, Justin barely fit through the hole.
Mm-hmm. Oh, God.
I figured I'd get that out of you.
Oh.
Hey, Justin, I had to have a bowel movement about 3 a.m.
Uh-huh.
So I called, the nurse was in there, they were doing, after she did, I said, after the antibiotics done, I said, I'm going to the bathroom. And she said, you gonna be able to do it? I said, I think I can. So we pulled the walker over. I rolled over, got up, kept the weight off the foot, took a step, moved the walker, took a step, moved the walker, got in there, went perfect. So I know I can get there. I don't have to worry about a bedpan, you know?
Is it hard getting up and down, though?
Oh, hell no. It was not. Now my
Yeah.
foot, my toes wiggle now.
Oh, you're starting to feel them again?
Yeah, I can feel my toes are wiggling. I still feel the pressure on the bottom of the feet, so it's still dead. The leg's still dead. They're coming in with wound care today and they're putting a vacuum on it where they're gonna seal the wound. They put sponges on it to suck everything up, and they put a vacuum on it that they're gonna plug in somewhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what they're gonna do is it'll work. It kind of just keeps sucking it all into the sponges, so they're getting all the infection out. They do that for a couple of days, and then they go ahead and that's when they're gonna do the graft.
What's up, get you, Jason?
Yeah. Justin, I found the person that wants my birdseed.
Yeah.
You ready?
Hey, watch this. All right. Hilarious.
Oh, yeah, I know this commercial.
Let's do it again.
Gotta watch that.
Yeah. JDS, I was throwing up a lot yesterday and my throat's a little sore now that I'm feeling better.
Now I was gonna say something, but I'd reserve that one for Tim. So I'll wait.
Ken Fix Stuff is going to fly in and I'm going to pick him up at the airport.
Who's flying in?
Ken Fix Stuff.
Oh,
I forget his name again. What is his name?
JDS.
JDS or John. Either one. Or Jackass.
Are you sure it's really JDS?
Jackass.
I don't know why.
Yes,
I can't
it's
remember his
JDS,
name.
Jackass, or John. I call him Jackass myself. No, he's a good dude.
Do you ever go on the news website? I've not been on any of them today.
Now, JDS is in, he's from Canada, and his channel mainly is around like cheaper RC planes and stuff, like stuff almost anybody could afford to buy. He buys them and does reviews on like ones from Temu and Amazon, stuff like that.
You're glad that doctor came in and said that if I'm taking aspirin, it's going to push the thing back. and I was getting ready to take those 2 aspirins they put back in there. I took them out.
Uh-huh.
I took them out and they're in the container here. So I'm not taking them. You know, I want this surgery done.
Why? Hold on. If you take them, you can't get the surgery done.
Well, they don't want it to bleed as much. It affects the infection.
So what? They decided they're going to do it today or something?
No, they got to put the vac on it first. Like I said, a bunch of sponges in the vacuum system, and they'll suck it out. So.
Good morning.
Hold on,
We got a
Glenn.
whole lot of
Sounds
people.
like a good weekend.
Oh,
So we are the wound care team.
wound care team. I got the pretty girl day. So let me go.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna still be here, kinda, but I'm gonna mute y'all. I might just. I don't know if I want y'all.
That's it. You keep that pretty girl to yourself. Don't worry about us.
Tell him David said hello.
The UK says hello. Got that stain on the ceiling. Pack it in, Joe. Right.
He thinks his little thing's big enough to reach the ceiling. All right. Doesn't he have his headphones in?
I don't
Or
know.
can I actually hear it?
Hopefully.
Because the thing is Zoom, when you're on Zoom on a device, it won't let you turn it all the way down. It gets down to about 20% on the volume, and then it just stops. It won't actually let you turn the stream all the way down, which I think is really stupid. I don't know why it does that. It's like I don't understand why Zoom and like StreamYard and all these streaming platforms, they don't have a mute button to mute the stream. Like if I need to take a phone call and I turn my mic and my camera off, I should be able to mute the stream so I can't hear you guys, right? The only way you can do it is you have to switch your speakers to like your microphone or something to cut out the audio. That's what I do if I need to mute it. I just change it to my HyperX as a speaker, a microphone, and then it just cuts all the audio out.
On behalf of the United Kingdom, I would like to thank all you Americans for making the British pound the strongest currency in the world.
What do you mean?
It's at its highest level.
Not the strongest, though.
It is. It's the strongest currency going at the moment.
It's not the most valuable currency, I'll tell you that, because Saudi Arabia, actually, I think it's either Saudi Arabia. So one of the Middle Eastern countries actually has the most valuable currency.
It's valuable, but it's not stable. The pound is at its highest for 4 years, making it the strongest in the world at this moment in time.
You're welcome for us backing it with the US dollar.
It's actually because the US dollar's tanked that the pound's obviously because that's what people do. They flick between the two, don't they? If the US dollar's weak, then they'll flick to the pound. If the pound,
they do currency trading.
US. Yeah,
but currency trading can fluctuate minute by minute. I mean, that's how volatile the market is. I knew somebody that used to do currency trading, and I watched him do it.
Ours is just rising and rising and rising at the moment.
And he would buy, like, say, the euro, right? And he would wait, and then all of a sudden the US dollar would fluctuate over top of it for a split second. He would trade it, and then he would do it again. But you had to like be at your computer all day long when he was doing that.
Right.
It was very intense. Like you had to sit and pay attention all day long.
Right, I'll save that headline for when Joe comes back. And we've been issued with an amber warning for heat.
Well, that's been going on over here all over the US.
Yeah. But amber warning means danger to life. Red means serious danger to life.
Right.
And we're just one level down from red.
poke his wound until he says I can have his bamboo printer.
Yeah, and you know the weight loss jab?
Oh,
Yeah.
uh-huh.
Is it Moderna or whatever it's called?
Oh, well.
Well, they're saying that they're advising people to stop taking it at the moment because of it's causing pancreas issues.
What's up, JDS? All right, JDS, we'll catch you later, man.
Catch you later, JDS.
With one, though.
Is it Moderna?
Well, there's one that's the one that Joe takes, but then you got like those
Yeah.
Zempic. There's a few different ones.
It's all three of them. Mounjaro, Ozempic, and Wegovy.
What's it doing?
It's causing pancreas issues.
That's like a
Severe
normal
pancreas
side
issues.
effect for most medicines. It'd be like, take Prilosec for your heartburn. May cause flatulence. Like the side effect would be worse than what it's curing.
It's turned two people that were type 2 diabetic into type 1 diabetics. But that's not what you want. They only released it in the UK, free to the UK patients on Monday. Now they're telling us they're killing us off.
How would they have gotten that results that quick, though?
No, it's from the test results. Basically, it was given out to so many people that had to be a certain level obese, and then they're moving it down in stages. And on Monday, it became free to everybody. But now a report's come back in to say, "Whoa, you better stop that," because people are having serious bad reactions to it. But it's like everything; you should test it first. It's like my heart medication. As soon as I took one tablet. Fuck, my head felt like it was going to explode. I couldn't walk, couldn't see, couldn't do fucking jack shit. Half an hour after taking it.
See, this
Would
is
I
the
take
thing
that
is,
tablet again? Hell no, hell no.
they do a lot of testing on medicine, but they consider the side effects to be acceptable.
Yeah,
is what I
but
should
these are
say.
side effects that have not been reported before.
Like, of course, if
It's
9
like
out of 10
everything.
people are having a bad side effect, it's not going to be a good medicine.
Yeah,
But if they could get down to 1 out of 100 people have a bad side effect, they'll consider that a okay risk.
Yeah, but it's like everything. You can test it on 1,000 people. But if 10,000 people don't have a certain gene or certain condition, it ain't going to pick it up. Yeah. It's only when you release it to the hundreds of thousands and millions, that's when, which is what people were saying about the COVID vaccine. It wasn't tested enough.
A lot of medicines aren't really tested enough per se. They might get a couple years of testing, but that doesn't mean that that's enough. You know.
Yeah.
No.
But how long's enough?
Yeah, one of those. Get out of here.
But the other thing as well is you can have a medicine that's say give it to a million people, and a million people have no side effects. So you release it to the masses, but somebody's taking a different medication, and suddenly it'll react. You know, you can't test it against every tablet, can you? Every medication.
I need to get a hold of Johnny and find out if he picked my printer up.
Where my printer at?
I wish I lived closer to Joe. I'd go fuck with him so bad. I go take pictures in front of his apartment and shit.
Just get a picture up offline and
I need his address.
there is that. Johnny will give you his address, and then you just get Google image. Bit of modification. Voila.
AI video of me going into his apartment.
Jason,
Jason,
if that's
Jason was
Oh,
in
so
earlier
yeah.
today.
he's still in the chat, so Jason, if that's you, post in the chat, please. It says view. Oh,
Yeah, it doesn't show you anything though.
it should do.
The only thing is if he's trying to get in on his phone,
He's
not gonna
talking
be
in the
wa-
chat.
yeah, but he's not going to be listening to YouTube when he's trying to get in though. You know what I'm saying?
Are we all ready to get rid of them then?
I just clicked him in.
No. I'm not co-host. It's you guys.
Getting removed.
I can't get it to remove it.
He's gone now. Do I know why? I've reported him to Zoom.
Nah, that report shit don't do a damn thing with Zoom.
Hey, you've already got the email from Zoom.
Dude, I reported that same person that was trying to get in like 20 times one day, and Zoom didn't do a damn
He's
thing.
using
about it.
people's names.
So what you need to do, Paul, is just stop putting the link in the chat. You're just gonna have to start sending the link
Just remove
out.
the link out of the chat, Paul.
You're gonna have to start doing. Well, it doesn't matter now. The person's probably got the link copied. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is stop putting the link in the chat. Send it out to a few people in the morning. And when the night, like your normal people, Joe, me, David, send it out through email. And if somebody like Jason or somebody wants to get in, we can just send it to them in Messenger.
Joe, you're on mute. You know that?
Oh God, the nurses weren't looking down at that time. Like, what the hell is Joe watching? And Jason, you're nasty. Nasty Jason.
Well, you know what pisses me off is usually I can stop it, but it doesn't let me stop it.
Well, and two, David's the only co-host you got on here. Well, now I am, but he was.
Yeah,
the
but
only
I'm
one
not,
that was the co-host.
I'm supposedly the host, aren't I?
Yeah, you have to click the three little dots by the name and then hit remove. Or the three little dots on their picture next to mute. When you click that, you can click remove.
Yeah, but see, I'm not listed as the host.
Yeah, you are. I'm looking at the list right now. I'm co-host, you're host, and David's co-host. Joe and Lance don't have anything.
It gets me so upset that I should be able to click and disappear, you know? Did you see that notification?
Yeah.
What the hell's that about?
What did
Yeah,
it say?
Trying to get in again. I can't repeat it because I had the handle on it.
It's simple, Paul. If they want to get in, they have to talk in the chat. They have to say, it's me.
Yeah, but the thing of it
Yeah.
is he was in the chat before and he made
No.
some kind of a hello everybody, long time no see.
Yeah, but the problem is
No, Jason, what I'm saying is, if Jason wanted to come in, he would comment in the chat and say, it's me in the green room. You know Jason's channel, right?
Yeah. At the same time, though, that's
channels.
Good.
And also, share when somebody's coming in, share a picture of anything. Yeah. So if they do this shit, it's going up at the top of the screen in that little corner, and no one's getting a full view of it. It's gone up there, out of view. Yeah.
The
Because
problem with
everyone else keeps talking, and the content won't get shown because you've got time to remove it then while you're sharing a picture.
but to
Just,
see the
just
problem
make a
with
picture.
the problem with like Jason coming in the chat and saying it's me, if the person's watching and all of a sudden two Jasons pop in, how do you know which one it is?
That's why you share a picture.
I just
If
say
you
don't
share
put the link in the chat.
Yeah, but if you share a picture that says someone's coming in, and everyone keeps talking, the picture, everybody's camera goes up to the top. You've got the main picture on your screen, right? So your picture of the dogs. Have a happy day. Yeah, just have that up on your screen. Everyone's up at the top, and if they start doing shit, you remove them. Yeah. Once they're removed, you can take the picture up, stop sharing the picture, and carry on.
Yeah, but you're also asking Paul to take another step for somebody to come in.
I know, but it's a needs must at the moment.
Well, I think I need to end this stream, don't I? I can end it. I can end it and start another one.
Or you could just delete it when you're done.
Yeah, just delete it when you're done, Paul.
I don't know how to do that.
Go into YouTube, go to your lives, yeah, and then you click the three dots and it'll say delete forever.
I'm at YouTube now, and it shows it, but it doesn't show me where I can delete it.
You have to go to YouTube Studio.
If you try to delete it now, it
Oh,
won't delete it if you're on it.
Zoom has locked the meeting.
No, I locked the meeting.
How do you do that?
Down on host tools, at the bottom, and you click lock meeting at the top. And then nobody can even request to get in.
Okay. See, it's gotten way too complicated. These perverts just coming out of the walls.
What I saw, it looked like they were coming on the walls.
Say Justin. Only Justin.
To be honest, that kind of shit don't even bother me. It's like they wouldn't get any rise out of me because I wouldn't really care. They're just trying to get a rise out of you. That's all it is. See if he pops back in the green room again. Hmm. How much were those, David? You say they were like $220 or something?
She's not the easiest person.
The ladies are telling Joe, sorry, Mr. Joe. There's nothing we can do to save your penis. We're gonna have to cut it off.
It's got to go, right?
But don't worry, Sarah, the nub won't be much smaller than what you already had. God, I hope the nurses can hear what I'm saying. Actually, David, you might have paid whatever the tariffs were already on there. Because I know the loophole that anything was it under $1,000 or $3,000, whatever the hell it was. You used to not pay tariffs when you ordered it directly from a manufacturer, but they did close that loophole back when they changed the rules when Trump signed them tariffs in place. That was one of the loopholes they closed. So even a consumer buying straight from a manufacturer still had to pay them, no matter what the cost on it was. But I don't know if they changed that back since they had their negotiations and all that. I haven't really looked into it since they came up to with an agreement and everything. Because I think there still is a certain percentage of tariffs that are like permanent in place. So you might have paid a little over what they probably would have cost it. $220 is still expensive for little ass filters. Jesus. Probably costs whatever company makes them for DJI. Freewell. Chinese manufacturer probably cost them $2 to make the fucking thing. Let's see here. God, I feel like my throat feels like crap. I know, right, Gitchy? You little international smuggler, you.
What's that?
Smuggling jelly across the border. That's how I'm about Gitchy. Said, how dare you bring that little model of this Statue of Liberty into England? Just smuggling little knickknacks across the border.
If it helps, it's legal.
I guess YouTube's doing some coffee day today or something.
What's that?
I said YouTube's doing some kind of coffee day or something today. Celebrating coffee.
No.
Every day, if anybody's ever noticed, is
Yeah, it's a different thing.
yeah, up by the YouTube logo, they'll have a different picture every day, and it'd be something to do with whatever that day represents. Since we've got a fucking holiday for every day now, they'll have like National
Yep.
Pizza Day and shit like that. I could you say shh.
National Pizza Day? Did you just say National Pizza Day?
Yeah. I'm sure. I don't even know if there is one, but I'm sure there is. I'm sure National Pizza thing is 100% of them. Let's see. Yep, it is on February 9th, Lance. So get your calendar marked.
Okay, I will do that.
It's February 9th, 2026. Wow.
Watch it be a Friday.
I'm about to look. Hold on. What is that, February 9th? No, it's a Monday. Can celebrate it on the 7th, though. Or the 6th. Yeah, I don't know either, David. Since they did their whole negotiations, I don't know what all the rules are for that stuff now. I know they cut that out at the beginning, though. Okay. Oh yeah, I was watching this guy's video. Was it yesterday? And he was talking about a government bill that went through that says one of the government agencies, and it listed a bunch of them, have to do that report on DJI, right? And they have a year to do it. And one of the agencies, the agencies aren't required to do it. It just tells the agencies that one of them needs to like kind of volunteer to do the inspection on DJI. Well, apparently none of them want to do it, and if the year's up, then their FCC licenses all get cut from the FCC.
Well,
If
so
one of
that
those,
not DJI.
if one of the federal agencies doesn't step up and decide to do the investigation on them, because they're not forcing the agencies to do the investigation, they just have a list of like 7 or 8 of them. They're telling them,
Yeah, I get that.
hey,
But
one of you needs to do it if you want.
if they don't do it, does that mean that's the end of DJI? Or
Yeah, they're going to they'll lose all their FCC licensing. Which means even past ones, there'll be nothing grandfathered in. All their FCC shit will get pulled. I just can't remember the bill. It was a bill with a bunch of numbers at the end.
So that means no one can fly a DJI in the US.
Yeah, this guy on YouTube was explaining it. And he had just posted the video a couple days ago. I have to go back and find it. But the crazy thing is they're not requiring any of these agencies to do that investigation. They're just saying, hey, if one of y'all want to do it, you can do it, and then we'll decide after one of you do it. If none of you guys feel like doing it, then we'll just fucking pull their license at the end of the year. Like they're not like actually pushing any of them to do it. It's like their own choice as an agency whether they want to take the time to do it or not. And none of them apparently are interested in doing it. None of them give a shit. So I don't know. Let me see if I can find that video. I'll look at my YouTube history. Watch the history. Should be able to find it. Let's see. History. And then we can play some of his video and I'll show you stuff. Yeah.
Dude.
God, I watch a lot of videos every day. Jesus Christ.
32 with a possibility of 38 on Monday.
Okay, here we go. All right, listen to this guy.
Buried deep in the U.S. National Defense Authorization Act, or the NDAA, if you like your acronym alphabet soup style, is something called Section 1709. It sounds boring, but it's not. Section 1709 gives U.S. national security agencies like DHS, DoD, FBI, and yes, probably some folks with three-letter agencies that you've never even heard of, exactly 1 year to review both DJI and Autel. And that year runs out on December 23rd, 2025. Well, here's where it gets spicy. If no agency steps up to do the review, DJI automatically gets added to the FCC covered list. And that's not a medal, that's the banned in the US list. Like, no, bad. And what does that mean? No more DJI drones sold. No new firmware updates, and if you're a firefighter, farmer, or filmmaker using DJI, tough shit. So what's DJI's move in all this? Well, audit us, we dare you. In an unusual twist, well, not really, but maybe, DJI is begging for a review. They've posted blogs, waved flags, and said, please, please just audit us. They're pointing to years of independent security audits, a bug bounty program, and data privacy settings like the local data mode. DJI's take on this? Let the experts look, but don't just pull the plug blindly. And before Canadian viewers reach for that syrupy sigh of relief, no, you're not off the hook either. If DJI gets iced in the US, Canada's gonna feel the chill. Prices will go up, supply chains will freeze, and good luck getting parts or support. Plus, Canadian agencies often mirror US policy, so your Mavic might end up on a shelf either way. So what can you do? DJI's calling on drone users just like you.
And see, and he's not lying about that, because remember when they banned TikTok in the US, dude, it was banned in Canada within an hour or so after it was banned here. Like he's not even lying about that. Everybody in Canada keeps saying, "Oh, they ain't gonna do nothing up here. We'll just have extra drones." No, you won't. They do that. Every time the US agencies do something, Canada copies it almost immediately.
Yeah, but times have changed, haven't they, between the US and Canada? I'm not saying they won't. I'm saying that things have gone a little bit.
Yeah, but there's still a lot of back end shit that hasn't changed, though.
Yeah.
You know, like government back agencies talking to each other and shit. That's stuff. You talking about lifetime connections between people that have been working in the government for years. That shit ain't changing. You know, these are people who have been working that have outlasted 5 prime ministers and 5 presidents. You know? But yeah, so none of the agencies are required to do that audit. They don't have to. But that bill says that if they don't do the audit, then they lose their licensing with the FCC. So, and apparently none of the agencies, from what I was reading up on that after I watched that video, none of them are interested in doing it. None of them give a shit. And I think it's the fact is they don't want to waste their time and money on it. They'd rather just sit back, let the shit time out, and then it gets banned. The FCC licenses get pulled, blacked, or blackballed, whatever. And then they don't have to waste time and money investigating something that they can already just get banned by not doing anything. It's just a ticket, like he said, it's just a matter of time. Well, Paul missed that whole video. Paul, you missed it.
What's that?
The whole video I just played. Did you see it, Lance?
I did not. I'm editing a video.
So two people that should be most concerned weren't even watching.
I was listening though. I heard the DJI thing.
was listening to the audio.
Yeah, y'all got till December 25th. If no federal agency decides to do the audit on DJI, because they're not required to do the audit, it's up to the one of the agencies to do it. It just has to be one of the 3-letter agencies, whether it be the DOD, Homeland Security, whatever. One of them has to do it, but they're not required to do it, and none of them are interested in doing it. And if they don't do it by December or whatever date he said, then they put DJI on the blacklist for the FCC ban list.
That'll never happen.
Why would you think that?
Because that's typical of our government. Our government's always in a rush to get things done at the end. They never do
You know what's
They
funny
never go
though?
ahead. They always come from behind. And do you know what kind of a lawsuit that would be against the government? That's like saying if you have a Fiat that's here from France, and we say you can't drive it on our roads, you can't drive it on our roads.
Yeah, but FCC licenses get pulled for no reason. They don't have to have a reason.
Yes, they have to have a public reason.
No, because it's falling under national security.
Not going to happen.
But the problem is I haven't heard one person in the drone community besides that guy mention that bill like they didn't even know that was a thing.
Well, the thing of
That's
it
the first time I've ever heard anybody talk
is
about
that guy that mentioned the bill, he's looking for the likes and for the watches.
It's not a bill though. It's
his promotion.
Okay. But you didn't even watch the video.
Because I've seen so many other ones. Drone
You know what I'm
whatever
saying?
drone whatever did one.
I think the UK needs to step in here and be the peace moderator. You just have to wait and see.
That's right. I mean, here it's only June, and you know our government doesn't do shit until the end.
I do agree with Paul. You even our government, we are last minute.
Yeah, but it's already there. It's not.
It's like right now, Justin. They're talking about the government shutting down if they don't pass these set of bills by the 4th of July.
The bill's already passed. It's there. It's already in law. The bill states that one of the alphabet agencies has to do the audit on DJI, but they're not required to do it. It's up to the agencies. None of the agencies want to do it. If it's not done by December 25th, did he say, or 24th or whatever, then they automatically get put on the FCC
all three
ban
of
list.
those agencies, Justin, are putting their future financing in jeopardy because what's going to happen is the government's going to say, "Hey, we told you one of you got to do it. You didn't do it.
No,
so
they said
you're money. You're not getting paid any money."
No, they said they didn't have to do it.
The
They
what?
said it's up to the agencies to do it on their own free will.
Well, if they
don't want to
do it
they
on
don't
their
have
own, all these agencies are financed by tax dollars. And if that's the end result.
Yeah, but why would you think their funding would get pulled because they don't want to do an investigation on something?
They pull funding for all kinds of reasons.
But that's not a big enough issue for them to even 90% of the
You
public
know how
don't
many
care about that.
thousand drone flyers there are in this country?
Yeah, compared to the 230 million population that don't give a shit. You're talking about a small less than 1% of the population.
You and I are going to have to disagree on this, Justin, because I think it's all hype. It's all hype.
Even if there's 1 million drones, let's say 1 million drones are registered in the US, that still leaves 229 million people that don't give a shit about drones.
Yeah.
Or even care about them.
But that 229 million are not the ones that are going to be fighting this. That 1 million are.
And that's not
What
a big
Paul's
enough.
saying. No, it is a big enough number.
No, because that million, when we did the math last time, there was roughly around 1 million drones registered in the US. But you got to remember too, that 1 million drones, there's multiple, most people have 3 or 4 drones.
People, You get 1 million people in a class action lawsuit against the government, yeah, people will stand up and take notice. Yeah. If
But they
only
haven't.
10% of them people stand up, people will take notice. If only one person stands up, they're going to go, yeah, fuck it. Yeah. It all
But what I'm
depends
saying,
on how the community reacts when
but
it
what I'm
happens.
saying is 1 million drones being registered doesn't mean 1 million pilots. It means probably a couple 100,000 pilots because
More
they
than
have
that.
Couple
But
multiple
hundred
anyway,
drones.
thousand people.
anyway, Justin, the thing of it is that here's the deal in my mind, okay? And I'm just saying from in my mind, because I know how government works. What they're going to do is whoever passed this bill, whatever idiot drafted it, is going to say, "Oh well, I expected them to do it, and they need to do it and get it done."
No, that's not the requirement of the bill, though.
It
It's
doesn't
not
make
the
a difference.
requirement.
The requirement is you can't if you don't have the obligation to do something, you can't be held responsible for not doing anything that's suggested. And that's all that bill is a suggestion.
All I'm saying is the 1 million drones roughly that were registered in the US, you got to remember that people like Joe have 3 or 4 drones. Johnny's got 3 or 4 drones, probably more than that.
Yeah, but they all have,
takes
they all
the
have
number
multiple
way
egos
down.
as well, remember?
You got people like Adrian that got 20, 30 drones. That's 20, 30 people that you can't count because he's got multiple drones registered.
It doesn't. That's just.
And then you got a lot of people that
I don't
register
agree,
drones.
Justin. The theory behind whoever the idiot is that put that out online is an idiot.
I
Because
think we're all
he's,
going to have to agree to disagree.
he's projecting what might be. Might be. Oh my.
Yeah. I'm with you, Paul, and I'm with you, Justin, because I can see both sides of it. Yeah.
I'm just putting the
What
information
Justin's
up.
saying-
The information is
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. What
I've
Justin's
read up
saying
on it
could be
after the
true.
guy. I watched the guy's
But
video.
what Paul's saying is also true. Right? Just because at this moment in time, none of them are doing it. Yeah. The funding would be there for them to do it. Right? If you was one of them agencies and you was like, wait up a minute, we can do an audit and get how many million? Right, I'm onto that. I'm into that. Yeah. It's funding, it's money, it's staff.
Yeah, but even if it was a funded investigation, that doesn't mean they make a profit off of it.
Government makes a profit off everything because the taxpayer
That's
pays
true.
it.
That's true.
You know,
But
you
we'll have to wait and see.
you can't look at it as though government funds itself. No, it doesn't. Taxes fund the government, and all of those agencies depend on taxes to pay for everything. They're not selling anything.
Let's wait and see, because like I said, I can see Paul's side. I can see government last minute, somebody coming up and saying, here's your report, done. Yeah. And then I can also see Justin's side of it, but you'll have to look further along. If what Justin says is true, a class action lawsuit would be costly and drag on. And the way society is today, you know, people are taking fucking class action lawsuits against Red Bull because it doesn't give you fucking wings, right?
Yeah,
So-
but that's another indication of our
yeah.
legal system, because you can always find an attorney if you give them
That's willing to take it.
reason to file a lawsuit. Oh, I'm going to file that lawsuit.
Yeah,
because they're going to
Okay.
get paid not by the individuals; they're going to get paid by the government.
Exactly. So it's a case of wait and see. Let's see what happens, because
Justin,
can't
don't take it as an attack on you. It's just that
No, I'm just giving you what is out there.
I know, but you're giving me what somebody else is telling everybody.
I gotta run and pick the kids up from school. I'll be
They're in
back if
school.
y'all are still on.
They're in day camp or what?
No, they're doing extra credit stuff at
Oh,
summer
okay.
school. so-
Summer school.
Okay, Justin.
Right.
Yeah, I'll
catch
be
you later,
back if
Justin.
y'all are still on.
Okay.
We might
Here,
let
I'll
you
put
off.
I'll put the link of the video in there, and then you can look the bill up
Yep,
because I've
okay.
read the bill.
All
You
right.
guys
All
want to
right,
check it
Justin.
out?
Drive careful.
You catch the
There's
bit.
the link. All right. I'll catch y'all later.
All
There's a
right.
lady.
Well, I think I'm just going to pack it in, everybody.
Yeah. Well, I think Joel's getting a good scene too.
Yep. Yep.
Lance is green screened out.
Yep.
Um,
Okay, everybody.
Okay,
Hey,
guys,
thanks
I'm
for being
gonna-
here, David. We'll see you again later.
Yeah, don't
We're
forget,
packing
Paul.
it in.
This
Yep, we're
evening,
packing it in, Lance. You enjoy your Hawaiian trip.
and this evening, Paul,
Talk to you guys later.
don't comment in the chat. They ain't getting in.
Okay. All right. Bye for now.
Catch you later.